The color of your semen after 60 can quietly reveal the state of your health, not just your penis health, not just your erections, but even hidden risks with your prostate, your testosterone, and your heart. Most men never talk about it. They keep silent about changes in their body, about how masturbation feels different, about semen that looks thinner, darker, or cloudy. But silence is dangerous. If you've noticed your semen turning yellowish, watery, or even reddish, your body may already be warning you of something deeper. Science is clear. Changes in semen after 60 are often linked to circulation problems, low testosterone, or prostate inflammation. And when you ignore those signals, it's not just your erections at risk, it's your energy, your intimacy, and sometimes even your life. Your semen tells the truth. The only question is whether you're ready to listen. Have you noticed changes in your semen color after 60? Comment below with a simple yes or no. If prostate issues, weaker erections, or even changes in how masturbation feels have touched your life, share it. Your story could help another man who feels invisible right now, wondering if he's the only one. This channel is a brotherhood, a place where your experience matters. So don't stay silent, drop your voice in the comments, subscribe, and stay connected. Together, we bring light to the truths men are too often forced to hide. Frank was 67, a retired Navy officer who had lived his life with discipline, routine, and quiet pride. He had always believed that toughness meant silence, that real men never talked about what happened in the bedroom. So when he first noticed his semen turning slightly brownish, he told himself it was just age. He brushed it off, even when he felt his erections growing weaker, even when masturbation left him feeling more empty than satisfied. He convinced himself it didn't matter. But his wife saw the change in his eyes, the way confidence seemed to drain from him. She urged him to see a doctor, and that's how Frank found himself sitting across from Dr. Catherine Rotker, MD, a men's health specialist who had spent decades at Yale and worked with the Mayo Clinic. She looked him in the eye and said, "Men often believe semen color changes are just random with age. But that's not the truth. The truth," she explained, "is that semen after 60 is like a medical report your body writes for you. Brown or reddish tones can be tied to tiny blood vessel leaks, sometimes linked to prostate inflammation. A watery or yellowish semen can signal infection or low testosterone. Even a clear, thin semen can reveal vascular issues, the same circulation problems that make it harder for blood to reach your penis and give you strong erections." Frank sat in silence. He admitted later, "I thought masturbation at my age was useless, just a leftover habit. I didn't realize that semen changes were tied directly to my erections, my prostate health, even the way my body circulates blood." He wasn't alone in that thought. The National Institutes of Health has found that up to 40% of men over 60 dismiss visible changes in semen as meaningless, when in reality they can be early warnings of deeper health concerns. Dr. Rotker shared a Mayo Clinic study showing that men with persistent semen discoloration were also more likely to have hidden prostate inflammation or vascular dysfunction. In other words, what Frank saw wasn't just about sex. It was about his life, his energy, his very identity as a man. That conversation cracked something open for him. He realized the shame he carried about his penis, his erections, and his struggles with masturbation was not weakness. It was silence, and silence was the enemy. His semen was not betraying him. It was speaking to him, telling him to listen, to act, to reclaim his health before it slipped further away. Frank was 67, a retired Navy officer who had lived his life with discipline, routine, and quiet pride. He had always believed that toughness meant silence, that real men never talked about what happened in the bedroom. So when he first noticed his semen turning slightly brownish, he told himself it was just age. He brushed it off, even when he felt his erections growing weaker, even when masturbation left him feeling more empty than satisfied. He convinced himself it didn't matter. But his wife saw the change in his eyes, the way confidence seemed to drain from him. She urged him to see a doctor, and that's how Frank found himself sitting across from Dr. Catherine Rotker, MD, a men's health specialist who had spent decades at Yale and worked with the Mayo Clinic. She looked him in the eye and said, "Men often believe semen color changes are just random with age." But that's not the truth. He was stunned. "So you're saying it's not just age?" he asked. "No," I told him. "It's not age. It's what age exposes. And it can be reversed." For the first time in years, Robert felt hope. Because if diet, stress, and circulation could lower testosterone, then changing those things could raise it. If silent deficiencies could weaken erections, then correcting them could restore his penis to full function. And if stress could crush desire, then healing the body could bring intimacy back. The hidden truth is this: testosterone decline after 60 is not permanent. Your body is waiting to respond. It is not gone. It is dormant, waiting for the right signal to wake it up. The danger is how quietly it happens. Endothelial dysfunction doesn't cause pain in the beginning. It doesn't announce itself with sirens. It whispers through softer erections, through semen that looks different, through a slow dip in testosterone that leaves you tired, heavy, and disconnected from intimacy. And because it whispers, most men bury it under shame. They hide their concerns about penis health. They avoid talking about masturbation. They keep silent about semen after 60 until silence becomes disease. Your body is speaking in a language most men never learn to read. The semen you release after 60, the way your erection feels during masturbation, the strength of your penis itself, they are not accidents. They are coded warnings. And the men who listen are the ones who get the chance to fight back before the silent enemy takes everything. Your body is not asking for miracles. It's asking for what it has always needed: the right fuel, the right circulation, and the right protection. When semen after 60 begins to change, when your erections weaken or masturbation leaves you feeling unsatisfied, there are simple natural steps that restore strength and vitality without shame. The first is hydration, and one powerful way to do it is with watermelon juice. Watermelon is rich in citrulline, an amino acid your body converts into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the molecule that tells your blood vessels to relax and open, allowing blood to flow freely into your penis. A Harvard study showed that men who increased nitric oxide through diet experienced better erections and improved semen quality within weeks. Even the simple act of drinking a glass of watermelon juice each day can restore circulation, making semen clearer, thicker, and healthier after 60. The second step is adding Brazil nuts to your diet. Just 2 to 3 nuts a day provide a powerful dose of selenium, a mineral your body depends on for sperm health and testosterone production. The National Institutes of Health found that selenium deficiency was strongly linked to watery or discolored semen, especially in older men. When selenium is restored, your semen regains its natural appearance, your erections gain stability, and your confidence in both intimacy and masturbation grows. The power isn't in supplements or pills. It's in feeding your body exactly what it's missing. The third step is to fight inflammation where it hides, in your prostate. Cloves and garlic are ancient remedies, but modern science now proves their value. Garlic contains allicin, a compound shown to improve blood flow and reduce oxidative stress in the prostate. Cloves contain eugenol, a natural anti-inflammatory that protects your reproductive tissues. A study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food found that men who regularly consumed garlic had lower markers of prostate inflammation, which translates directly into improved semen after 60 and stronger erections. When the prostate is calm, semen returns to a healthier color, and your entire reproductive system works as it should. None of these solutions are expensive. None require prescriptions. They are steps you can take today: a glass of watermelon juice, a handful of Brazil nuts, a clove of garlic with dinner. 3 habits that restore circulation, nourish your penis, protect your prostate, and give you back control over your semen and your erections. Your body is resilient. It doesn't matter if you've carried years of shame or silence. The moment you begin giving it what it truly needs, it responds. And each change in your semen after 60 becomes proof that your health, your intimacy, and your masculinity are not slipping away. They're returning. When you start giving your body what it truly needs, the changes don't take years. They come faster than most men believe possible. By the end of the first week, something subtle begins to shift. Your energy feels lighter. You wake up with a little more drive. Even the color of your semen starts to look clearer, less watery. Morning erections return with strength you thought was gone. The National Institutes of Health has shown that improving nitric oxide levels through foods like watermelon can boost circulation in as little as 7 days, and you feel it where it matters most, in your penis and your confidence. By day 14, the difference is undeniable. When you touch yourself, masturbation feels more satisfying, not like a hollow habit, but like a signal your body is working again. Semen after 60 doesn't look unstable anymore. The strange yellow tinge or thin texture gives way to something more normal, more consistent. And with every release, you feel relief, pride, and a quiet return of confidence. This isn't imagination. Harvard research shows that selenium from Brazil nuts improves sperm quality within 2 weeks, directly restoring the health of semen. That small handful of nuts is already rewriting the way your body performs. By day 30, the transformation is visible. Erections grow harder, fuller, and last longer because blood is finally moving where it should. Semen after 60 looks like it did years ago, steady, healthy, a reflection of your renewed vitality. The prostate feels calmer. The dull pressure or frequent urges you once ignored are fading. The Mayo Clinic confirms that reducing prostate inflammation improves semen quality, strengthens erections, and even restores testosterone balance. This is why cloves and garlic, with their powerful anti-inflammatory compounds, make intimacy feel alive again. And you notice it not only in the bedroom, but in your life. Walking feels easier. Energy flows through your mornings instead of exhaustion. Your wife, your partner, or even just the man in the mirror notices. Confidence grows not because you're chasing youth, but because you're reclaiming the man you always were. Your body heals faster than you think if you give it what it needs. 7 days, 14 days, 30 days. These are not distant promises. They are milestones on the road back to yourself. Each week, your semen, your penis, your erections, and even the way masturbation feels become proof that you are not finished, that your health still belongs to you. The truth is, you don't need to be younger. You just need to listen to the signals, feed your body the right tools, and trust the process. Within a single month, you can see the evidence written in your own semen. Evidence that your strength, your intimacy, and your masculinity are still alive. The most dangerous mistake men over 60 make is ignoring semen color changes. You tell yourself it's nothing, just age, and you push it aside. But when semen after 60 turns red, yellow, or watery, it's rarely random. It's your body sending a warning. If you dismiss those changes, you may miss the early signs of prostate cancer. You may overlook the circulation problems that slowly destroy erections. You may even ignore the hormonal dips that leave you tired, unmotivated, and ashamed of masturbation that no longer feels the same. The Mayo Clinic warns that semen discoloration can be one of the first visible markers of infection, inflammation, or vascular damage. Don't wait until it's too late. Protect your penis, your prostate, your erections, and your confidence by listening when your body speaks. Your semen is not something to be embarrassed by. It's your most honest health report. The truth is simple. The color of your semen after 60 is your body's voice. It speaks about your penis, your erections, your prostate, and your vitality. Every change is a signal, not a sentence. You are not broken. You are not finished. Semen after 60 can tell you everything about your health, and when you listen, you give yourself the power to heal, to rebuild, to reclaim your confidence. So like this video, share it with a brother who needs to hear it, and subscribe so you never feel alone on this journey. Comment with your experience, because your story could be the lifeline another man is searching for.